Hello students, welcome to the course. Today we will start with the new unit, that is water conveyance. Now water conveyance here refers to all the facilities or the structures that is constructed in hydropower to transmit or transfer water from the reservoir to the powerhouse and finally to the back to the natural river course. Okay, so we will be studying about all the facilities in the hydropower projects. So in this unit we'll be discussing about the intake structures. Okay, and then we'll quickly go into the penstock, and then later we'll study about the water hammer, and finally the tail race tunnels. Okay, so this is the overview of the syllabus. So to start off with, let me take you through the overview of a hydropower project. This is in context to the hydropower plants constructed in Bhutan, because we have a mountainous topography. Now, if it is hydropower project in flatter region, then this is not for the flatter region. Okay, this diagram. So it is only to the context of our context. So here, once we construct the dam, then the reservoir is formed, right? So from the reservoir, uh, inlet structure is constructed to let in the water. Okay, it has to get rid of all the debris that the water is carrying with it. Then it first goes to the desilting chamber whereby it drops all the sediments that it is carrying, and then it is transmitted to the headrest tunnel. Okay, and before it reaches the powerhouse where it strikes the generator, strikes the turbine, and the power is produced, it is there is a surge tank. Briefly I have explained what surge tank means in the previous unit, but here we will be discussing in detail the different types and its functions. Okay, so basically the function of a surge tank is to regulate the pressure in penstock. So and then it reaches the powerhouse. In the powerhouse there is turbine which is connected to the generator. When the water hits on the turbine, if it is an impulse type of turbine, then it rotates. The kinetic energy of water is converted to mechanical energy with the help of a turbine. The turbine in turn rotates the shaft of the generator, which then produces the electricity. After the electricity is produced, then water is let to back to its natural course, and that tunnel that connects the powerhouse and the back to the natural channel is what we call by tail race tunnel. So we have the intake facility number one, we have desilting facility number two, we have head race tunnel that connects the desilting chamber with the powerhouse. Okay, before that penstock also comes. Okay, so head race tunnel. After that comes the surge tank. Then that the main channel or the tunnel that connects this headrest with the powerhouse is the penstock, and in the powerhouse the power is produced. After that the water is led back to the main river course with the from the tail race tunnel. So this is the overview, and we will be studying all these components in this unit. So let's quickly go and start with the intake facilities. So this is the picture, not in Bhutan but somewhere in mountainous topography. So I exactly do not know where this dam is, but in Bhutan our dam would be mostly, it would be something like this. Okay, the intake facilities in our condition is something, would be something like this. Okay, so you can see that there is an uh, trash rack, right? There's a trash rack that will stop the debris getting into the tunnel. Yes, so basically it is a facility that will take in the water, so collecting and taking, conveying water to the desilting chamber. So that is the main function of the inlet structure. It usually it is constructed of concrete, not with the masonry. Okay, it is the concrete structure in our case, and main function of it is to get rid of all the debris, and it consists of a trash rack. So this is what we call by the trash rack. This is the supporting structure. Okay, it's just a concrete supporting structure, and it also consists of a gate. It is quite not quite clearly visible here, but uh, you can see here in this diagram, here there is the control for gates. Now gates are just like a gate. What would a gate do? Control, right? Control the vehicle movement. Here the gate will control the flow movement. So internally it is inside this whatever you are seeing right now, inside this structure there will be some gate, okay, which is controlled through here, and it will, this gate will drop down to stop the flow, or will be it would be raised to let the water flow. Okay, so it consists of trash rack, and main components are the trash rack and the gate to control the flow. So that is the intake structures, and there are varieties of intake structures. This is one of the type and mostly used in Bhutan. Now let me take you through the real diagram drawing of intake structure. This is from Tala hydropower project. Okay, this is the real drawing. It is the real thing that is there in the powerhouse, and it is the plan. Plan means the top view. When you look from the top, this is what you're gonna see. Okay, so this collects the water. So for simplicity, yeah, this diagram has lots of information in it, so just for simplicity I have redrawn it so that it gives you a better understanding. So this is the trash rack, as I was referring to, right? And the water flows from here and it goes to the desalting chamber. So you can see this is the concrete structure. You can see this is what I have drawn here. So this is the concrete structure here. This is the top view. Water flows from here. Okay, next we will look at the cross-sectional view. So here it is the cross-sectional view. In this view you will see all the gates, and also please notice that the minimum drawdown level we discussed when we were discussing the different storage, right, in the storage zones in the reservoir. We discussed about the minimum drawdown level, and the minimum drawdown level is always above the inlet facility. If this goes down, the air may get into this tunnel, which is not desirable. Okay, so the minimum drawdown level is always above our inlet facilities. You can see here. Okay, and I was also referring to the gate. So gate is something like this. So here there will be, you can see here there is a control. Same thing you can also see here. This is what I have drawn here. Okay, so here there will be one metal gate, okay, like this. So like this, it is connected through a cable. So when you don't want water, it is dropped down, and if you want water to get in, so you simply have to take this, I mean you operate this and lift this gate and the water will let in. Okay, so that's how it is operated. The inlet structure is operated, and there are various types of structures. That was one type. Now next type of inlet structure is in the form of a tower. Now if your reservoir is in a flat or rolling terrain, then of course we don't have the mountain abutment, right? Abutment where you can take the water. So here what we do is we will there is an intake tower facilities constructed. Now this tower has all the facilities of any inlet structure. So you can see the trash rack and you can see the main tunnel, right? So that's how the water is taken. Okay, so these are the few points that affects the choice of inlet structure. The first one is the type of a plant, whether it is storage dam or the runoff type of dam, and also it is the powerhouse or the dam, location of the powerhouse or the dam. That also determines what kind of inlet structure you need to construct, and the water conducting system, canal and tunnels, penstock, and the topographic features. So these are the main factors that decides that is considered while deciding what type of inlet facilities have to be constructed. Okay, with this I would like to end this lecture here, and we will continue with next the next water conveyance structure in the next video. Thank you.